Hello students, in this video we are going to study about measures of central tendency. Now you must have heard about mean, median and mode. That is what exactly measures of central tendency are. And this is going to be a complete numerical topic. But before going deep down into the numerical portion, we have to understand the basic meaning of central tendency. Now going by the definition, central tendency. A measure of central tendency is a single value that attempts to describe a set of data by identifying the central position. Now the central position within that set of data. As such, measures of central tendency are sometimes called as measures of central location. Now suppose we have a data set. Let's take an example of, suppose you have a data set of 25, 35, 40, 37, 42 and 53. Let us take this as an example of your marks out of 60. Now if I ask you what is the average of your marks, or how can you find your percentage in percentage marks. Now if this percentage marks or this average marks, you are not going to tell me each and every marks that you have got in maths, suppose 25 in the XYZ subject, 35 in this subject, 40. You will tell me my average is 47 or 50. Now this 47 or 50 is what? That value which represents the complete data set. Measures of central tendency are nothing but they help you in finding that value, in that finding that single value which represents your complete data set. Right? So there are three measures of central tendency, as you all know. First is mean, median and then mode. They all represent that single value. You will find that single value by all these measures. Whether you use mean, whether you use median or you use mode, you will find that single value, and the value you find by mean, median and mode will differ in each case. Mean, median and mode are different measures of central tendency in the numerical data. They each try to summarize the data set in a single number to represent a typical data point from a data set. Now this value, whether you go for mean or you go for median or you go for mode, you will find a single value. और वो जो सिंगल वैल्यू होगी आपकी, वो क्या करेगी, आपके पूरे के पूरे डेटा सेट को रिप्रेजेंट करने में एक तरीके से हेल्प करेगी. Now what is mean? See, you must have heard about this term, average, right? Average in 7th or 8th class, you must have learned about averages, how to find average, what are averages. In 7th or 6th class, we used to call it average, but now it is what? Mean. What we call in graduation or 11th or 12th class, it is mean. How will you find mean? It is nothing but sum of observation is sum of all the numbers divided by the number of observations. So if we go by example, if we have 4, 1 and 7. To find mean, we have to add these numbers. Add these numbers matlab 4 plus 1 plus 7 and divided by number of values. How many observations we have? 1, 2 and 3. So 4 plus 1 plus 7 divided by 3. We get 12 divided by 3 and the answer is 4. So finding mean is easy. There are the calculation we use in mean is a little bit complicated. See, आप लोगों को ये तो नहीं मिलेगा. अगर जब एग्जाम में आप क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करोगे, you will not get the questions like this. Like find the mean of 10, 20, 30, 40. See, आपको इस तरीके के क्वेश्चन नहीं मिलेंगे. वहां पर आपको कंटिन्यूस सीरीज और थोड़ा टिपिकल क्वेश्चन मिलेगा, तो कैलकुलेशन आपकी जो होगी वो थोड़ी ज्यादा होगी, लेकिन इजी होगी. वो फाइंड करना आराम से आप उसको फाइंड कर पाओगे. आगे के वीडियो में हम लोग देखेंगे कि कैसे हम लोग मीन को निकालते हैं. अभी हम लोग बात करते हैं मीडियन की. सो व्हाट इज मीडियन? मीडियन इज द मिडल नंबर. लाइक मीन इज द एवरेज, मीडियन इज द मिडल नंबर. The middle number found by ordering Now ordering, what is this ordering? Ordering मतलब you have to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. Ascending मतलब बड़े से छोटे से बड़ा, ascending मतलब lower to higher. 1 2 3 4 5, this is ascending order. ठीक, this is ascending order. 5 4 3 2 1, this is descending order. So before finding median, you have to arrange the data in ascending or in descending order, and then the middle value of the data set will be your median. So what is median? Median is the middle value of the data set. So first you have ordering all the data points and picking out the one in the middle. Or if there are two middle numbers, suppose we have this number 1 2 3 4 5. If the numbers are odd, then finding the middle number is a little bit easy. This 3 is the middle number, so our median is 3. But suppose we have one more number, that is 6. So finding median in case of even number data points, it is a little bit typical. So you have to take both these numbers and add these numbers and divide it by 2. 3 plus 4 divided by 2, that means 3.5 will be our median. This is what it says. If there are two middle numbers, taking the mean of those two numbers, taking the average of those two numbers. Now, this is the same example we used in mean. 4, 1 and 7. So first we have to arrange the data in ascending or descending order. Answer will be same. Either you arrange it in ascending order or you arrange it in descending order. Your answer will be same. So if we arrange the data in ascending order, this 4 comes to be as median. Right? Now mode. Like mean is the average, median is the middle number, mode is the number that occurs maximum number of times, that has the highest frequency. The most frequent मतलब जो नंबर सबसे ज्यादा बार एक डेटा पॉइंट सेट के अंदर अकर हुआ है, that is the number that occurs the highest number of times. Example, the mode of 4 2 4 3 2 2 2. So if you observe, 2 is the number that occurs the maximum number of times is 2 because it occurs 3 times, which is more than any number. So our mode will be 2. So mean is the average, median is the middle number, and mode is the number that occurs highest number of times. So here we have completed the basic concept of mean, median and mode. Now we will discuss that in detail. So first we will go for mean. Now talking about mean, there are basically three types of mean. First is arithmetic mean, second one is geometric, and the third one is harmonic mean. In arithmetic mean, we have simple arithmetic mean and weighted arithmetic mean. क्वेश्चन जो आपका एग्जाम में आएगा वो सिंपल अर्थमेटिक मीन से ही आता है. अभी तक सबसे ज्यादा जो पूछा गया है वो सिंपल अर्थमेटिक मीन से है. दिस ज्योमेट्रिक एंड हार्मोनिक यू विल गेट इन शॉर्ट क्वेश्चन टाइप. ठीक, तो फर्स्ट वी विल डिस्कस अर्थमेटिक मीन. The mean is equal to the sum of all the values of the data set divided by the number of values in the data set. We have already discussed this. Sum of all the values are represented by this x divided by the number of values. Number of values is denoted by n. So x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus till xn. n टर्म तक हम लोग इसको लेकर के जाएंगे. And we will divide this by n. n is the number of observation. So writing this complete is not necessary. You can denote this complete portion by this symbol. This is called sigma. Right? Sigma is the summation of x1 plus x2. Summation मतलब add कर देना. Summation मतलब add कर देना x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus dot 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 xn तक. So you can use this formula in place of this. So you can use this formula. This is not necessary at all. Sigma x divided by n. Now this is observation. These are the observations 16, 18, 19, 21, 23, 23, 27. Sigma x is the summation of all the observations. So 16 plus 18 plus 19 plus 21. So it is 240. And n is equals to number of observations. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 240 divided by 10 is arithmetic mean. Either you use arithmetic mean like this, or you can also denote it by x bar. This is called mean. X bar is used to denote mean. So 24 is our mean. Now look at this chart. This chart shows the complete formula of mean, median and mode. It actually has mean. Okay. So arithmetic mean, in finding arithmetic mean we can use three types. We have three methods of finding arithmetic mean. First one is the direct method, second one is the shortcut method, and the third one is the step deviation method. Direct method, shortcut method. Shortcut, you call it shortcut method, or you can also call it as assumed mean method. Shortcut method, or it can be said as assumed mean method. And the last one is step deviation method. This step deviation method we apply only in case of continuous series. Individual, discrete and continuous. These are the three types of series we have. Now first understand how these series work. Individual series. In individual series we only have observations. We have only observations like 1, 2, 3, 4. In discrete series we have observations and their respective frequencies. 1, 1, 2, 3 and their respective frequencies 3, 7, 8. These frequency मतलब कि वो कितनी बार अकर हुआ है. मतलब एक जो 1 जो है वो 3 बार आया है डेटा सेट के अंदर, 2 जो है वो 7 बार and 3 है 8 times. Continuous series. In continuous series we have class interval in case of in place of observations. We have class interval CI 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and their respective frequency, let us say 1, 2, 3. Okay. So these are the three types of series: individual, discrete and continuous. Individual series में सिर्फ हम लोगों को observations होती है. In discrete series we have observations and their respective frequencies, and in continuous we have class intervals and their respective frequencies. Now first we will discuss the direct method, and in direct method we will discuss individual series, discrete series and the continuous series. Direct method, individual series. The formula finding mean in case of individual series by direct method is this. We have already discussed this formula, so I am not discussing it here. Arithmetic mean is equals to sigma x by n. It is very easy to find. और सच्चाई यही है कि आपको एग्जाम में इस तरीके का क्वेश्चन नहीं मिलने वाला है. ठीक, तो डिस्कस करने का कोई मतलब नहीं है, पहले भी हम लोग डिस्कस कर चुके हैं इसके बारे में. Discrete series. In discrete series, now how will you generate the formula? In individual series to discrete series, see, formula will be same, only some things will be added and some things will be removed. This is how you learn formula. Some things will be added in the particular formula and some things we have to remove. From individual to discrete, when you move from individual to discrete series, in individual you only have observations, but in discrete you have observations as well as their respective frequencies. So when we have individual series, direct formula is sigma x by n. This is the formula we have in direct method in individual series. Now when we move from individual series to discrete series, this frequency is added. So you have to do nothing but add frequency in this formula. So see, this is the question we have. These items are observation and frequency is given like this. So we will go for you have to make this chart. In the first column you have to mention the observations x 14, 36, 45, 17. In the next column we have frequencies 2, 5, 1, 3. Now this sigma fx means frequency multiplied by x and their summation. Frequency, first you have to multiply the particular frequency with that observation, and then you have to add all them. First you have to multiply the frequency with that observation, and then we have to take the sum. Don't do this. Sigma f multiplied by x. This is wrong. ठीक, ये गलत हो जाएगा आपका. So first you have to multiply the frequency with the observation and then उनको हमको ऐड करना होगा. तो क्या करना है? पर्टिकुलर फ्रीक्वेंसी के साथ we have to multiply it. Sigma fx, तो fx 14 into 2 28, 36 into 5 180, then 45 into 1 70 into 3, and then we have to take their sum. Sigma fx is equals to 463. Then nothing you have to do is 463 divided by, now n is converted into sigma f. n का मतलब क्या होता था? नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशन. तो वो नंबर ऑफ ऑब्जर्वेशंस आर कन्वर्टेड इनटू सिग्मा एफ, मतलब फ्रीक्वेंसी का टोटल. फ्रीक्वेंसी क्या है? वही तो बता रही है आपको कि कितनी नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स आपकी एक डेटा सेट के अंदर वो वैल्यू अकर हुई है. तो सिग्मा एफ. तो नाउ वी हैव टू डिवाइड इट बाय सिग्मा एफ. तो 463 डिवाइडेड बाय 11. नाउ कंटिन्यूअस सीरीज. अगेन द सेम फॉर्मूला. सम थिंग्स विल बी एडेड एंड सम थिंग्स विल बी रिमूव्ड. So first understand this. From discrete series, if we move to continuous series, when we move from discrete series to continuous series, observations and frequency. Getting it? In discrete series, we have observations and their respective frequencies. In continuous series, we have class interval and their respective frequencies. Frequency and frequency are same, but this observation is converted into class interval. जो observation थी वो convert हो गई थी class interval के अंदर. तो अब क्या करना पड़ेगा हम लोगों को? We have to take the middle value. class interval की middle value मतलब if we have 0 to 5, 5 to 10, so lower value plus upper value divided by 2. Lower value plus upper value divided by 2. 0 plus 5 divided by 2, that means 2.5. This is the middle value. So now our middle value is our observation. Our middle value is our observation. See this question. Class interval and their frequencies 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, and their respective frequencies are given. First we will make the chart. Note down the class interval as it is, frequency as it is. Now, make it a thumb rule whenever you will get a continuous series. Whenever you will get a continuous series and you have to find mean, you have to convert the class interval into mid value. क्लास इंटरवल को मिड वैल्यू में कन्वर्ट करना ही करना पड़ेगा, मिडिल वैल्यू निकालनी ही पड़ेगी हम लोगों को. सो we have a new column added, that is m मतलब middle value, mid value. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 0 plus 10 divided by 2 is equals to 5. 5 is our middle value. 10 to 25 is our middle value of this particular class. Now 10 plus 20 divided by 2, that is 15. 15 is our mid value of this 10 to 20 class. 25 and then 30. Now same we have what we have done in discrete series, we will do it here also. There we have multiplied f by x. Here we will multiply f by m. So f into m, 5 into 2 is equals to 10. 5 into 15 is equals to 75. 25, 105. Now again summation sigma fm, that is 215. 215 divided by 11. 11 is sigma f. So you have seen how the formula changes. Let me summarize. In individual series, the formula is like this: sigma x upon में n. In discrete series में जब हमने मूव किया था तो frequency was added. So sigma f x by n. when we are in continuous series, तो continuous series में we have converted class interval into m and that m is what? Our observation. तो sigma f m by n. So these are the formula in case of direct method. Now shortcut method or assumed mean method. In shortcut method, first we will discuss individual series. See, when we move from direct method to shortcut method, our observation x is converted into dx and dx is what? X minus a. X is what? Our observation. A is assumed mean. See, a is assumed mean. So when we move from direct method to shortcut method, our observations are converted into dx. dx is deviation. Deviation मतलब आपकी वैल्यू जो ऑब्जर्वेशन है वो कितनी ज्यादा डिफर करे. And this assumed mean is nothing. A random value you can take it as mean. You assume it to be as mean. So formula is a plus sigma dx divided by n. See the same question. Now whether you use direct method or you use shortcut method or you use step deviation method, any method you use you will get the same answer. Any method you use you will get the same answer. Here in this question we have observations and we have taken out deviations. कोई भी वैल्यू को हम लोग अज्यूम कर लेंगे एज मीन. सो वी हैव अज्यूम a is equals to 6. अज्यूम मीन आर 6. मतलब हम लोगों की जो अज्यूम मीन हमने माना है कि मीन हम लोगों की 6 होगी. सो x माइनस a, 5 माइनस 6, 6 माइनस 6, 2 माइनस 6, 4 माइनस 6. सो दीज आर द वैल्यूज एंड वी हैव टू ऐड दीज वैल्यूज. ये जो सिग्मा होता है ये हमेशा अलग रहता है. इसके आगे वाली जो भी वैल्यू होंगी उनके ऊपर आपको ऑपरेशन करना होगा. सिग्मा जो होगा वो ऐड कर देगा बस सबको बाद में. So our sigma dx is equals to minus 8. Arithmetic means 6. A मतलब assume means 6 plus minus 8 divided by 10. So we have 5.2. Now check whether this answer is correct or not. Here it is 5.2 and see 5.2. When we have used the direct method, we have got the same answer 5.2. And now when we use shortcut method, we have got the same answer, that is 5.2. Now the discrete series. Formula will be same, only what is added is assume mean. When we have moved from direct method to shortcut method, x is converted into dx and we have one more thing, that is a is equals to x minus a. So we have a also added. तो हमने फॉर्मूले में कुछ नहीं किया. We have added a plus sigma f dx in place of this dx. Earlier we have x or m. So same question. Items, that is observation and frequency. So items, observations, frequency. Now this dx. Always find the assumed mean from x. You have to find the assumed mean from x. And in case of continuous series, you have to find the assumed mean from m. Because m is what are x. So we have assumed 36 as assumed mean. Any value you can take. You can either take 14, 36, 45, 70. It's up to you. So 14 minus 36 is equals to minus 22, 0, 9, 34. Don't add these values. Right? Don't add these values. Now we have to multiply this dx with f. क्योंकि फॉर्मूले में क्या है, एफ डी एक्स है. तो एफ डी एक्स है तो हम लोगों को एफ इंटू डी एक्स करना पड़ेगा. तो 22 इंटू 22 इज इक्वल्स टू माइनस 44, 0 into 5, 9 on 102. So sigma f dx is 67. Now this 36, that is assuming plus 83 divided by 11 is 42.09. Now check this value is correct or not. 42.09 we have got from shortcut method. Wait. 42.09. See. 42.09 when we have solved this question by direct method. तो सेम आंसर आपका आएगा चाहे आप डायरेक्ट मेथड से करो, चाहे आप शॉर्टकट मेथड से करो, चाहे आप स्टेप डेविएशन से करो. Now we have continuous series. Here there is a little bit of change. See, this dx, in case of continuous series, the deviation is not x minus a, it is m minus a, because our x is converted into m. X is converted into m. M is what? Mid value. See, we have the same question, class interval frequency, and for solving mean we have to find the mid value. तो ये कॉलम तो आपको ऐड करना ही करना पड़ेगा. So m, that is mid value, 5, 15, 25, 35. Now we will take the assume mean from this, because our x is converted into m. So ये m जो है और कुछ नहीं, x है आपका, जो हम लोग डिस्क्रीट और कंटिन्यूस उसमें इंडिविजुअल में बोलते हैं x, तो ये x ही आपका m है. So we have to find the assume mean from this m. So we have taken 25 as assume mean. Now we have to multiply this dx with f. So f dx for minus 40, minus 50, 0 and 30, and we have to take the sum, that is sigma fm. You can here it is misprint. See, this is not sigma fm, this is sigma f dx. Okay? This is sigma f dx. Now put these values in formula. Arithmetic mean is equals to 20 plus minus 60 by 11, that is 19.55. Now check whether this value is correct or not. Wait. Continuous series. See. 19.54. 19.54 or 19.55 are similar values. So we have seen how we solve these by direct method and shortcut method. In the next video, we will discuss about the step deviation method.